everybody, I'm Scribblefix and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing yet another Pokemon fan art drawing. I have decided to draw Meowstic, both the male and the female forms. Meowstic is a lovely, cute little Pokemon, and I love that the forms are very different, and it's a really interesting Pokemon to actually draw and battle with on the game. An interesting fact about Meowstic is that the male ones learn more status type moves in the games, and the female ones, they learn more physical, actual attacking moves, which is really interesting because I've never seen Pokemon learn different moves depending which, gender they were. Now, I did lose some footage actually. You see that it kind of skipped and most of the inking is already done. Now, I think I probably deleted a little bit of footage, but basically I just inked it over and I decided I wanted to move them just a tad closer together. So after I inked one of the Meowstic, I moved the back paper over a little bit when I was tracing it, just so I could have them a bit closer together because I thought that it looked a bit better that way. Now, as usual, I'm going into the background first, and I like to do it this way because sometimes if I colour in the Pokemon first, or the figure first, and then I do the background afterwards, I realise I could have done the shadows and the values better. So to prevent this, I just prefer to draw the background first. Now I'm going in and I've decided that I want it to be a sort of grassy sort of area. And the reason one of them is upside down is because they are laying back on the grass and facing the sky. So that's why one of them is upside down. And I want the grass to sort of fan out all around it. So you can see that the grass doesn't just go up and down. As you turn the page, it kind of goes out to the edges a little bit. And now I'm just drawing different blades in slightly different colours, and I've also added a few little clovers here and there. Each flower has 3 leaves on it, and now I'm just going into the background with a darker green just to sort of finish it off. Now this part is the most tedious because I had to go around every little piece of grass that was on the page, and this took a very long time. I think it took overall maybe half an hour to 40 minutes just to get all the green in. But to be honest, it was worth it, and I just sat back and relaxed, and I was listening to Bailey J live stream, and I was just going very slowly at it. And overall, I'm pretty happy that I took my time, and sometimes that's just what you have to do when you draw. You can't be impatient, because a lot of the times I want to hurry up and finish my artwork, but then the outcome isn't as nice. So that's a good tip, is to take your time when drawing. I know it sounds pretty basic, but sometimes you forget about that. Now, one thing that I haven't addressed yet is that I am drawing on a piece of square expressive blending card. Now, I've never drawn in square before, and I thought, why not try it out? Because I've drawn in A4 and A5, and I've never done something square. And it kind of turned out really interesting because, I don't know, it just kind of has a property about it, I really like the composition. I can't really explain it, but I like it, I really do. And it's funny because if you look at this drawing, either way, you can't really tell which way it's supposed to be right way up, because both the Meowstics are like sort of opposite. So you can flip it over and, you know, the female may be the right way up and that looks fine, but then you turn it again and the male is the right way up and that looks really good too. So I can't really decide which way I want the actual piece to be, and maybe I might decide that it doesn't exactly have a proper place to be, because you can just turn it whichever way you want, and I kind of think that's interesting. I don't know if it's interesting to anyone else though. Maybe I'm just, you know, rambling. But anyways, I've finally finished the background and I'm going into the male Meowstic first. No reason, it was just the closest one to my hand, so yep. I'm going in with some BV00, that is Mauve Shadow, and I used a lot of Colourless Blender to blend it out. That is because I know it's a white part on his fur, but white isn't always exactly white. White doesn't always have no colours. Depending on the lighting and where you are, there's going to be shadows and they're not going to always be grey. But yeah, now that I've gone into the white parts of Meowstic, I'm now going in with the darkest part of his fur, and I'm using Prussian Blue B39. And for a bit of highlights here and there, I'm also using Night Blue, which is B97. And a tiny bit of Light Crockery Blue, which is B93. And a little bit of black, just so I can sort of deepen the shadows a bit more. His eyes, I am using Cool Shadow and also Robin's Egg Blue. And I used a bit of Spectrum Green for his pupils. Now I'm going into the female Meowstic using the same techniques of the white, by using the really light purple colour to shadow it, and yeah, she's basically the exact same colours that he is, but in verse. And that actually brings me to another point. This artwork kind of also reminds me a little bit of yin and yang, and that was not on purpose, to be honest. I kind of thought of that after I finished, and I actually really like that idea because they are kind of like opposites. Like one's mostly a dark colour with a bit of light, and one's mostly the light colour with a bit of dark, and they're kind of the opposite way facing. And yeah, I really like this artwork and I think it turned out pretty well. And I hope that you guys will let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I do more square kind of artworks? Because I found it really interesting. And also let me know what are your favourite Pokemon, and I'm just trying to think of ideas for which Pokemon I shall draw next. Oh, and the last step that I took was I went in with my white gel pen and I went around just to have some nice poppy highlights, and then I thought that was a little bit too bright, so I went over with my blue marker, and that kind of made it all work together. And now here's the lovely shot of all my Copic markers. And then it pans on to my art. And as you can see, this is one of the ways that it can be. Female Meowstic. And then now you can see that the male is the right way up. And it's really interesting. Please let me know which way you like the artwork to be. Whether it's this way or whether it's this way. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do lots of speed painty kind of videos and tutorials and other weird kind of stuff as well mixed in. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! I love you guys.